Hello, it's Colette from the Sacred Rose Temple, and I'm here today to take you through a practice. So my last video, we spoke about the climate that we're all living in and the collective trauma that people are under and facing, and how we come into a self-regulation and a centering. So you will have seen from my other videos that I shared how to connect to the fear and how to go into a practice that allows you to connect to fear and allows you to feel the emotions. And you'll find that on my YouTube channel. So if you're doing the fear practice and you're facing the fear and you're emoting, or maybe you've not done that, but there are times that we all find ourselves maybe a little blue, or maybe we're a bit depressed, or we're down, or we're high, and times that we're finding it very difficult to cope with the current climate we're in. Say that we might find that we're getting into addictive loops. We might be drinking, or we might be taking drugs, or taking lots of coffee, or doing things that are a sign that we need to do some self-regulation or some self-centering. So I'm going to take you through a therapeutic practice that really helps you come into a calmer place, a regular place, a peaceful place, a harmonious place, a place that you can self-center and gather all parts of you back together. So in a moment, I'll turn the camera off because there's no need for you to see my face or for you to feel like someone's staring at you during this practice. So just take a few minutes now to get yourself in a really comfortable position. Whenever I come into any practices, I'm always in my sacred space. This is the healing room at the Sacred Rose Temple. So I bring myself into a sacred space. I've got incense burning. I've lit some candles, and I've got the door closed and a curtain across the door so that people know that this is my space, my time. So find that space for you, that place where you get to be on your own, undisturbed, and it's your little safe space. And address your environment. I light the candles to bring in the sacred, and I do and ask and pray for that as I light them. I light the incense to create an energy and atmosphere. And so I like to set up space, and it all adds to being able to come into this regulation of the self. So once you've done that in your space, you can find a comfortable seated position. I'm used to many years of sitting straight backed for meditation or for yoga. So if you find it uncomfortable, feel free to support your back against a wall or sit on a chair, but making sure the spine is upright and your body is alert and ready to receive the following practice or meditation, whatever you want to call it. So when you're seated and your back is straight, slightly tipping the chin under, place the arms in just any relaxed position. I like to place the palms up on my knees, and then just begin to close your eyes, and I'll switch the video off so that we can drop and enter into a deeper space together now. So just beginning to realize the place that you're in and the safety of the space that you're seated in, and closing your eyes and just noticing the space that you're in behind your eyelids. And taking a few sighs. The sighs are a really good way that your parasympathetic nervous system can let down, let go. And so do that a couple of times, deep inhalation and some exhalations. And then beginning to just follow the breath, go in the body and out the body, noticing the breath coming in and out. And as you notice the breath coming out, already begin to feel a sense of calmness, a difference, as you begin to recognize the inhalation coming in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. And try to just extend that breath Slowly extending the inhalation and slowly extending or deepening the exhalation. Noticing that the breath to begin with may show a little resistance as it begins to enter the body in a more deeper way, in a more intended way, intentional way. And really connecting to the breath of breath and connection to breath is beautifully steadying for the nervous system. And allowing the breath to almost excavate space, the breath will start to expand inside the body. And we're going to go on a journey with that. We're going to expand the body. We're going to follow the breath and journey with the breath. I want you to enter your body with your breath. And by entering the body with your breath, I mean, allow all of you to be completely and totally present with your breath. All your focus is there, all your energy is there, all your intentions there. The whole essence of your being is with this breath. And I want you to go right down into the feet, and I want you to breathe into the feet, feeling the breath in the feet. And being in the feet with the breath, almost like you are the breath, breathing in and breathing out and taking all breath, direction, intention, energy and presence all into the feet. Be in the feet with the breath. And bring that breath and intention and all your presence into the ankles, and just breathe into the ankles. Feel the insides of your ankles. Breathe inside of the ankles. Feel the left and the right ankle and try to balance the left and the right. And then bringing that energy and your presence and intention higher up into the calves, and feel your breath in your calves and in your shins, all in that lower part of your leg. Be with that lower part of your leg. Breathe inside the legs. And allow the breath to travel now to the kneecaps. And breathe inside the kneecaps, behind the kneecaps, deep in the kneecaps. Take your presence and your energy and all of your being to those kneecaps. And balance in the left and the right kneecap. Notice the two. Try to center in the two, the left and the right. And now bring in the breath and intention and energy all up through the thighs. Breathe into the thighs, be with the thighs. All your presence, all your energy, all your intention is in the thighs. And you're breathing up the thighs, and you're feeling your breath now come into the sockets of the hips where the legs meet the hips, and you're feeling deep back into the sockets of the hips, and you're breathing in the sockets of the hips, and again trying to balance your presence and your being in your left and your right hip, really feeling that. And feeling those hip sockets, being in those hip sockets, breathing into those hip sockets. And then up into the pelvis. Feel the pelvis. Feel how deep the pelvis is in the body. Breathe into the pelvis. The pelvis holds all of our sexual energy, all of our sexual organs. Feel the sexual organs and the anus, all of that area of your body. And breathe deep in there. Feel the depth in this part of your body. And just noticing the breath, balancing between the left and the right hip. And going deeper and deeper in between the left and the right hip, right into the pelvic bowl. And feel the space in the pelvic bowl. Really breathe into the pelvic bowl. Take the breath directly into the pelvic bowl, feeling and breathing. Feel the deepness in this pelvic bowl. Drop all your weight, all your energy, all your presence into the pelvic bowl, deep inside the body. And I want you to take a big, deep sigh here, a big ah, and feel all of you just rest, all of your weight rest into this pelvic bowl that can hold all of your physical, energetic, spiritual weight. Just rest in this bowl. And all presence, all being here. And some of you may wish to pause this recording at this point and just spend a bit more time navigating this space, being in this space, knowing and breathing in this pelvic bowl if you don't feel it strong enough yet. And then bringing all your presence, all your breath in that pelvic bowl, you're just going to lift it a little bit higher out the bowl, but you're going to stay breathing down. So your breath wants to keep you down into the pelvic bowl. But you're moving up with energy. You're feeling the place just above the pelvic bowl, just below the belly button, this space of the soul space. Space of soul, space of power, the space of intuition, gut feelings. Feel that all there, breathing to that presence, into that energy. Really feel the depth. You're breathing, and even if you're breathing in, you're trying to keep all the energy down into this pelvic region, into this pelvic bowl, and a little bit higher. Into the center of ourself, into the soul center, into the breath center, into the protection and the hold of the pelvic bowl. Breathe there, feel that energy, feel the power. Try to feel this open space here. There's expansion with every inhalation that you take into this area below the belly button, just below the belly button and just above, sitting right above the pelvic bowl. And every inhalation, you're still trying to keep all your presence, all your being below in this space, held in this space. And right in this space, there's a center somewhere. I want you to search for that center. Find the place, the space in between the depth of the pelvic bowl and just below the belly button where you can anchor into a space that feels deep, set in that area, a space where the breath is guiding you to, a space where you can anchor into. And when you find it, take a big deep breath and maybe even a sigh and anchor into this deep place inside you, this resting space, this depth. Anchor in, set your anchor down, drop into it, let everything go, keep the breath even in the inhalation, dropping into that anchor, into that space. And again, more sighs if you need, dropping deeper and deeper into this really deep, soulful space, this center of the self. All attention, all direction, mind, body, soul, breath, all being here. Feel this space still, centered, aligned. peaceful, balanced, completely unaffected by anything external to itself. And drop in there. Breathe in there. Be in this space. Solitude. Rest. Harmony. Silence. And come out of this only when you're ready, only when you have experienced silence, stillness, peace, power. And still breathing down into this space, we harness that energy, we collect what we find, that beautiful centering, anchoring, peaceful space. And we start to let that energy rise in us. We still breathe down. We want to stay anchored in this space as a boat would set its anchor out. We anchor there and we rise up into the space above the belly button, and we breathe all this beautiful, centered, peaceful stillness up around our rib cage, and we breathe into our rib cage this beautiful energy all around the rib cage. We breathe that and be present in our intention and in our breath into our heart space, feeling that peaceful energy, centered energy come into our heart and expand across the whole of our chest and upper back. Let that energy rise, but still anchor in your still place, your center space. Feel the energy still there down, even though it rises, and feel that all across your shoulders. Breathe into the shoulders, use the peace, the stillness, the intention. Relax in the shoulders, breathing into the shoulders, being in the shoulders, and let that melt all down into the arms, the top of the arms, the biceps, the back of the arms. Let the energy pour down into the elbows and breathe in the elbows, be inside the elbows, center through the left and the right elbow. And down into the forearms, breathing, being present in the forearms, dropping down energy into the left and to the right wrist, and then into the hands. Let the energy pool into the hands. Breathe into the hands. Bring all your attention. Bring all of your focus. Bring all of your presence into the hands. You may feel buzzing or balls of energy or weight. And just allow yourself to feel this in your hands and breathe. Stay in your hands. Be there inside. And then feel the energy traveling already through the throat and the back of the neck. Really feel the breath in the back of the neck. Feel in the axis of the head where the neck and the skull meet, and breathe in there, center in there, be in present in the back of the axis of the head. And allow that energy, the stillness, the centeredness to expand all across your skull now, feeling all the energy in the breath in the whole of your face. And the chin, and the cheeks, behind the eyes, into the forehead. Breathe into all this space, all the presence, all your energy, all your intention inside your head. And feel the breath move from the back of the axis of the neck forward into the third eye, into the pineal gland, like a breath of fresh air from the axis through to the pineal gland. Bring all your breath there, all your intention. And feel that energy gathering, feel the breath in the head expanding, centering, focusing, aligning, peace, harmony, stillness. And take a big sigh. And feel this energy in the whole of your body. You're anchored in the center of the self, in that space, the pelvic bowl and below the belly button. You're breathing down in there, you're still there. But you're feeling all the energy in your body. Your breath is breathing through your entire body. There is a pulse from that anchor, from that centered self, that's sending peace, harmony, stillness, centeredness, aligned, all through your body. A recalibration, a shifting, and aligning. And allow that to happen. Let the body do that. Focus on the breath being part of this transition, this shift back to center. And just be a moment in this energy with the whole body centering. And allow this energy to continue running through you. This is not a stop-start practice. Just be aware of your feet. Maybe place them on the ground now or touch the soles of your feet. Keep the eyes closed for a moment. Bring all this anchored energy or this recalibration into the present moment and begin to slowly open your eyes, feeling the internal meeting the external. Feel the space in the room around you, how it too has changed its energetic frequency to center with yours. How your centering has centered and aligned everything around you. And stay still for a few moments with the eyes open, allowing the recalibration to happen with the eyes open now. And when you are ready, you are ready to go back to your day in a more centered, anchored place within the self. Blessings to you all. Lots of love, Colette.